Here, let me flip my camera. I'm gonna go for like a run walk thing on the beach. I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but let's head out to the water and we'll take off our sandals. Welcome to vacation. There's like a whole bunch of crap up on the shore. I think if I get past the piles of everything, it'll be nice. Oh, look, other people just left their shoes. But it's about 5:30 in the morning, so pretty chill. Just your dog walker kind of folk. I'm gonna go wet sand. Yeah, so it's pretty beautiful out here. This is about an hour and a half south of Tokyo. Not too bad. Sun's rising behind us. Yeah, we took the kids out here last night. It was cool because like all of them weren't really afraid of water. Not a very kind. Yeah, I was gonna run, but maybe I'll just go for a walk and avoid sticks so I don't get stabbed. See how far we can go. I'd like to get out to that side. Big log. I wonder if the whole beach is like this. Some nice glass. Lovely. Ow. Ooh, I haven't seen one of those in a while. Ow. This is not the most pleasant. All this crap washed up. I think once I get lateral to it, it'll be less of a problem. What the hell? Hey, Freddie. Welcome to Zushi Beach. Good morning. Or good evening. I'm on vacation. Our family just moved the 13th time in the last 3 years to stay in Japan. I just exited J&J. So I'm starting consulting and things. I'm getting pummeled by sticks. I don't know how to beach. Ow! It keeps putting sticks into my ankles. But I want the water on my toes. Yeah, there's a lot of surfers out here, which is cool. But I want to get to the end of all this brush stuff. See if I can find a better swimming beach. How's the tummy? Tummy's doing good. It's not making any weird sounds, but don't worry. I have great gut health today. Waiting to step on something painful. Ah. How's your tummy today? I feel rude for not asking. Everything all good? Yeah, it's amazing how much stuff rolls in. All good. Excellent. Excellent. How do you maintain a healthy gut biome? You got any good secrets for gut health? People say the gut is like the second mind. So much goes through there. So there's like another entrance over there. It's a really nice area. This beach is already better. Why is this already better? It must just be how the water pushes stuff. I'm gonna go around Mr. Fisherman. Oh, cool. Ugh. I'm not used to walking barefoot. My feet are so weak. So we're about an hour, 58 minutes south of Tokyo. Well, it depends on where you define Tokyo. Tokyo's massive. We live central south side. Ooh, what's this? Maybe this is where we can get lunch today. Wait, they open at 7. They got nachos, garlic shrimp, fried, I believe they meant salmon, popcorn spam rice ball. So it's more of like a Hawaiian joint. It looks nice. But it's like deathly hot in Tokyo right now. It's just dreadful. But it's nice out here because of the breeze. And the water is nice and cool. Oh, there's all kinds of little restaurants over here. Daydreamers deck, they got cocktails. Alright, let's get back to the water. And I kind of want to see what all this stuff is. Oh. Out, but now I'm like, maybe casual morning beach stroll. Is that more our speed right now? Nice and mellow. All kinds of good stuff over here. Got tonkatsu, got curry. Ugh. But welcome to Japan, everybody. I don't live on a beach. This is vacation, so eventually back to the Tokyo land. Ugh. Walking on sand is hard. Hopefully nobody steals my shoes. But theft is so rare in Japan. I'm doubtful anything like that would occur. Now let's check out their menu. They got, let's work on our Japanese. Kale's bag. Kale curry burger? What? Kolona bilu. Oh, these are drinks? Kakutelu. Oh, cocktail. Glass wine. Glass of wine. Look, our Japanese is still there. Dartboard. This is nice. Banana. Oh. Yeah. One of the interesting perks of being a morning person in Japan is most people in Japan are not. So like, it's barely 6. There's no one out here. I mean, in the US, a lot of people aren't waking up that early either. I started waking up around 4. Nice mellow walk today. Yeah, you're not supposed to swim in that. Alright, so next time if we want to run this, you gotta put on shoes and actually probably run on the street. Ooh, beef place. So we're almost out of beach already. But yeah, life's been pretty wild. We successfully, it doesn't feel successfully, but we successfully transitioned out of one home into another. That home was tied to a Johnson & Johnson lease agreement. So as I exited J&J, because they were providing a pathway to return to the U.S., but we had moved 12 times to get to Japan. It was just not the right offer for the family. So we exited, using good words here, and that required us to move in order to break free of that rent agreement. So that was pretty crazy, trying to move a family of 6 with no movers. Even though our houses are down the street from one another, while trying to finish or wrap up J&J activities, while trying to start consulting activities, while trying to start a startup. Like, I'm now a founder, I haven't announced it yet. But I'm starting a company focused on helping fathers be more present with their children. So that's the vision. The technical embodiment of that's still to come. But there's a pathway to get visa sponsorship in Japan if I founded a company. And I need visa continuity in Japan. So right now that's the path. I'm going to start a company and see where it goes. I don't know if I'm allowed on this area. Especially with Fisher Steve over here. Ooh, that's a nice log. So lots and lots of transitions as a family, more than I would ever care to do. Ooh, that's very cold water coming out of that pipe on my feet. That's the internet. I can't show feet, right? I'm on the wrong website for that. Yo! Kylie Ray! Yo, hi! How's it going, friend? Welcome to Tokyo. Actually, you're technically in Kanagawa, which is like a prefecture south. I'm gonna try to sneak under Fisher Steve over here, because I doubt he's catching fish right here. I don't even know if we're supposed to be over here. It seems kind of dangerous. Lay anchor. Yeah, that seems like an ill-advised decision to let waves push me over here. Good. But yeah, we are on vacation, allegedly. Does it feel like vacation yet? See, the problem is I can't see where my feet are. Ah! Big drop! What the heck? But yeah, life's pretty crazy out here. We're moving, we're settling, and like we've been in the new place while we were exiting the old place for like a mushy 20 days. But you know, it doesn't feel fully moved in until you have like a dining room table, which we don't have yet. We do have a washer, a dryer, and a fridge. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's been kind of a fun, wild transition for us as a family. Just getting settled, enjoying life. There's some people fishing out there. But after 7 days of officially living in the unit, out of the old unit, we were like, vacation. We gotta leave all these boxes and all this mess. We can't park our car in our garage because I'm in the middle of a woodworking project. Like, it's just a whole host of things make it hard. So the discernment we reached was like, hey, the beach is only an hour away. Should we beach? We should probably beach. See, this... It's funny. I had a friend tell me, he's like a trusted advisor, like, your tolerance for risk is so much higher than mine. Risk, I think, is all relative to confidence and your ability to identify and navigate different aspects of risk. Like, right now, walking along this wall and water and not understanding how tides work, I'm like, well, shoot, if it got really high really fast and my head hit that, I would die. I'm a strong swimmer, but it'd be hard to hold the phone and talk to all of you while I was drowning. But then, like, we rejected an offer to return to the United States on Johnson & Johnson's dime, so we're like, just I'm gonna get over there, but that is way too high. Way too high and scary. So I guess we're gonna walk around barefoot out here. But yeah, you got Mount Fuji's right there, I guess. That looks like Fuji-san. It's off in the distance. Right there is Fuji. Alright, I guess let's go walk on hard ground with wet feet. Ugh. I am sore, which is good. I like barely blew my nose this morning and had a massive nosebleed. Ow. I already miss sand. Ow. Yeah, welcome. Ooh, tunnel. I love tunnels. Yeah, I'm a big fan of like Japanese beach towns. They're really fun. And they just have like a completely different pacing than normal stuff. Does that make sense? Like if you go to Okinawa, oh, it's quiet here. If you go to Okinawa, it's like way more chill here. I'll give you first person view. Third person view? You were in first person. Yes. My feet. One second. Yeah, I usually try to be somewhat quiet when I run or walk by people, just because like there's a lot of folks that have made a terrible name for live streaming in Japan. They're just rude. I don't like to do that. Oh man, I missed the sand. We've made a mistake. This is painful, and it's so far. Oh. But it was this, or I could have just put on nice shoes and ran on the beach. These are some nice houses, though. So it's like a beachy town. It seems pretty chill. We haven't been here before, so we got 5 days to explore. This isn't too bad. I need to get back to the sand. Ow! My feet. Yeah, there's like lots of like paddleboard rentals. I would not paddleboard on open ocean, but I don't want to get ripped out to sea. Rather start on like a lake. But people know how to do it. Oh, free chairs. Nice. This is a bus stop. That's the formal bus bench. When you get more rural, things look a little bit less put together. It's awesome. I was talking to a friend on some of my runs, because I live stream runs in Japan, and I was explaining like he was explaining, he's from Germany. There was a moment during my run where one more second, where I had to like take off my shoes because I wanted to cross this like little stretch of water. Ow! Where I had to cross this stretch of water. Oh, take me to the beach. It's gonna take me back to the beach. No, why is the beach so flippin' far? Ah, my feet. Oh, we're back on street. Street's a little better. There should be an underpass to take me back to the beach, right? There's gotta be a way. But anyway, I had to take off my shoes and kind of like wade through this water because I wanted to get to this like, there's a river I run to all the time. It's called the Futaku Tamagawa, which just means Futaku River. Yo, the spicy salmon, bonjour! Je suis anglais. J'adore la glace. Means I love ice cream. Those are like the only things that I've retained from learning French in high school. I know a lot more Japanese than French. But je m'appelle Joe. My name is Joe. Nice to meet you. Ah, freaking rock. We've drifted far from the beach. We're near some kind of luxury salon. The Grand La Jade. Here's some more French for you. Japanese people love French. Oh, there's like a temple or a shrine back that way. Okay, this looks like a beach walk. Here we go. It's a beach. But anyway, story with German friend. So I took off my shoes. I waded through some water because I wanted to get out to this like reflective. It wasn't like a mirror reflective, like it held up a mirror to my soul. It was an area where I could like rest, think, and pray, which is nice. And rocks, pebbles. And as I was stepping through rocks barefoot, making the same noises. One more thing. Here's the beach. Here, let me flip my camera. But as I was navigating all that, hey, it's nice sand again. This is great. He was saying, like, in Germany, we have certain, like, paths and trails where you're supposed to take your feet off, take your shoes off, not your feet, and you can walk on different kinds of ground. Look at that kebab. And then it's, like, really good for your health, apparently. All right. Do we want to do the soft sand or the beach? Let's do the water again. We could do the water again. But it was really cool to kind of hear that, like, some people intentionally walk on different special pebbles and crap. Meanwhile, I'm trying to walk through all this sticks and garbage. I didn't know that the beach, the water could push crap onto shore. Oh, shoot. But yeah, there are certain areas for swimming, which is kind of near all this built-up stuff. And then our place is like midway that way. And right around there. And technically you're not supposed to swim there, but we took all the kids swimming there because once they ran into the water, the decision was made. This is a little high. Ah, wet pants! Oh, God! Oh! We didn't do this last time. Oh, this is a nice spot, though. Not looking for the wet pants experience. It's like the Titanic. Just put your arms out. Yeah, it's really nice out here. And there's a little Mount Fuji behind those little surfer people right there. That's Mount Fuji. You made it. Welcome to Japan. Alright. Yeah, hopefully no glass. You just don't want to step on glass today, because that would suck. Got a water droplet on my phone. Yeah, it's super nice today. Bottles. Yeah, it's nice. A nice break from the grind. It's crazy because I'm from Chicago. Chicago is like ludicrously far from any body of water that's of consequence. Now we have Lake Michigan, which I guess you could swim in it if you want cancer. Might be a slight exaggeration, but it's really not the cleanest water. Oh, look at them all go. It looks so fun. They're gonna sail all the way across the ocean on those things. It's crazy. It takes a lot of skill. The tabletop. Hey, it's a nerd. What's up? I like nerds. Nerds are good people. Welcome to Tokyo. We are at Zushi Beach, which is about an hour and 15 minutes south of central Tokyo. It's quite nice. It's not the best beach. Like, that's initial learnings from me. Like, there's a whole bunch of crap all over it. Sticks and wood and stuff. So it's not like those white sandy beaches, which you can find in like Okinawa. Okinawa's bomb. And then one of my favorite places is called Nankishirahama. It's about a 2.5 hour flight from Tokyo, whereas I think Okinawa is 5 or 6 hours flight from Tokyo. Japan's a lot bigger than people understand, but it's still like nice to hear ocean and beach walk. I mean, this kind of kills the vibe a little bit. But it's fun. So if you're ever out here, I would give the beach, I mean, from a 24-hour impression, like a 6 out of 10. But what I was saying, like, I'm from Chicago originally. It's my hometown, born in Sacramento. Yeah, I do live in Japan. So me and my family relocated 12 times over the course of 1 year to get to Japan based on different COVID impacts that were terrible. It's a long story if you want to hear it. And we've lived here for about 2.5 years. I worked for Johnson & Johnson in surgical robotics technology, so I travel across Japan, connect with different surgeons, understand their unmet needs, and then direct a team of US innovators to make new products. And then my role was impacted by organizational restructures. So I was given, I wouldn't call it an offer, but I was given a return path to the US, but at the last minute they changed the state from where we're from, well, where we were working, which was Cincinnati, to New Jersey. Nothing wrong with New Jersey for people that are from there and like it. But we had just had our 4th baby. In over 2.5 years, we've built a really great support network here in Japan. So it was just like going to New Jersey, starting over at another lateral move. It just wasn't economically viable for us. The job was something I had done 5 years prior. Everything about it felt like it destroyed all the momentum it took for us to get here as a family and for me as an innovator. So I put in like a contingent resignation because I was also applying for a role in business development, which would be looking at like mergers and acquisitions. But it was based in Japan. I navigated 5 interviews at the last minute. That one, they went with a different team member for reasons I still don't fully understand or agree with. But I exited, so I no longer work for J&J, which is pretty wild. So we moved a 13th time to get out of our housing because J&J supported our housing, and we are in Japan to stay as long as I can get a visa. So that's the next path. We closed the door on an easy return path, and then we have opened the door of challenge. So we're choosing what's it when you play video games and it's really like it's your 3rd playthrough? You do like God mode. That's what it feels like we're doing. It's wild. But it should be fun. Yeah, quite some time out here. But we finished that whole transition about 7 days ago. So it's my second Monday out of a 10-year career in Johnson & Johnson. So I'm on a beach. I got some books I downloaded. I'm gonna spend time with my children. I got a whole bunch of food from Costco I'm gonna cook, because I like to cook. I'm gonna reset my whole brain and start fresh. So that's the goal. We'll see. Nice. So I think we're getting some good steps in today. Our pants are a little wet, but it's nothing we can't handle. But Tabletop Nerd Josh, thanks for being here. Hope you're doing well. I had aspirations of running this beach, but I think walking is actually quite nice. I wouldn't ever run this in shoes. The slope's pretty intense also. So I actually feel it on my hip a little bit. Well, there's nine people here. This is crazy. Welcome to Tokyo, friends. I'm Joe. I'm an engineer and a global leader. I've lived here for like 2.5 years. I got 4 kids and life's crazy. Nice to meet you. That's the short version of what I just said earlier. Yeah, we're just talking about life, enjoying some waves. I got 5 days to reset on vacation, so I'll try to come out here and chat with y'all, get you some beach sounds. But coming from Chicago, sticks, and an orange, I was always like, I don't know, a 10-hour drive from any kind of nice water. You know, we had like ponds you could swim in. I guess rivers, but people don't really go to rivers in Illinois. So it's nice to be near like waves, even if the beach isn't perfect. It's incrementally better than what we were doing. But the sun's starting to come up. My kids are probably going to wake up soon, so I think I'm going to go out to like some of those buildings and walk back, and we'll call it. Unless my phone overheats, then I'll walk back sooner. Because the sun's at my back, so I'm starting to feel it. My phone's working hard. Yeah, there's a gathering of people for surfing. It's cool. I will say from like a beach food perspective, it seems promising. How's raising a family in Japan? Is it difficult being from the States? Yes. Well, I mean, I'll start with yes, but it's not difficult because it's Japan's fault or anything like that. So for instance, like one of the best places to start with this dialogue is like food. Like if you go to Japan, you can find all kinds of foods that are radically different than what you're used to in the US. For instance, like I went out to like rural Nagoya, which is not Nagoya. Sorry, there's 2 different places, Nagoya. But no, Nagano. Sorry, other N sound. But in Nagano, like they're famous for horse meat, and you can get sashimi style horse. So it's just thinly sliced raw horse. Like a natural inclination towards that, you know, coming from like a US context, for instance, is like, oh, gross or weird. But for me, like, because I've navigated the boundaries between culture for years now, I'm like, this is normative food in this region. It's not normative where I'm from. It's different. And like you have to fixate on different, not weird. Because weird or gross immediately comes with a bias that somehow your default normal is right and theirs is wrong. And it's the same with parents and kids in different situations. Like, I try to be careful with like very grotesque, not grotesque, but like really large generalizations, because people live across a spectrum, right, of culture and all kinds of things. It's too deep. I want to get to there. That's fine. We'll walk around, I guess. But like everything's just a little bit different. So in general, being careful with generalities, like Japanese kids are quieter than US kids. Like subways are quieter, schools are quieter, restaurants are quieter. Like as a parent who's perceptive of nonverbal cues, because I've been around Japan long enough to understand them, like I can tell when the existence of me and my children is a hindrance to people living in their normative default. So like a good example of that, we were attending a church we had served for a long time, like 5 years. We'd come every summer, help do kids camps, cooking classes. It would be like a 1 week burst. But it's a Japanese church. There's no English translation. There's no kids ministries or anything. And we still tried to be part of that church for about our first year and a couple months out here. And our church experience would go something like this. We would show up hot, sweaty, because it's really hot in Japan, and late. Service would already be started. It's a small church of like 20, maybe 15 people. And then we would kind of like barge in, taking off all our shoes to get in. Kids would have to go across the room, sit on a mat while stuff's happening. And it was just like a mess. And like bowl and china shop transitions. And then the whole service, while worship's occurring or there's a sermon being given in Japanese, like the goal was to just keep our children silent for an hour and a half. And I started to realize, for me personally, like even though we wanted to be part of that community and had friendships there from the past, at the same time, like it was only work. Like there was no Sabbath or restfulness to that experience for us or for our kids. Like our kids didn't really experience like the love of God in that space. After service, there were some nice perks of them being able to connect with members of the church and hanging out. But for that hour and a half of having to be silent for silence sake, for culture's sake, like that's hard. But it's different. It's not wrong. It's just Japanese kids can handle that environment. Ours aren't there yet. And we're living across a language barrier. So that's the kind of stuff we learn to be mindful of. So it's all a wonderful journey. I just got a message that the kids are up, so I gotta walk back. I can still talk with you though. But this side seems more promising. I think I'm gonna vouch for trying this side today. So it's stuff like that. You learn how to use trains, you learn how to use buses and mamachuri, which are Japanese powered bicycles, and you learn how to get your kids used to eating different foods. So it's all like you learn how, because you're in a space that's not your normative default. Japan is different. I still have anxiety almost every time I park a car, because Japanese parking systems are different. Even though I know the rhythm and routine for certain providers of parking, there's still a little bit of an panic attack of like, how much will I be charged? When will I be charged? Is this the right thing I should do? Should I park somewhere else? Am I allowed to park here overnight? Like I got my car locked up once. That was while my wife was trying to have a baby. Like my car got locked into a parking garage that I didn't know closed. Like you just run into moments like that where you're like, oh my god, I don't belong here. If I only spoke the language, even though I do in some capacity. But there's all these layers. Language, culture. And it's not just you navigating it solo, you're navigating it on behalf of your partner and on behalf of your 4 children and on behalf of all the people that are just here existing as Japanese that are bothered by your incompetence in their spaces. And you feel all of those things. At least I do, because I'm an empath. So it's just one of those things where, like, it's always an adjustment to live in Japan. Not bad, just an adjustment. Okay, so we're making our way to a bathroom over there. And that's where my shoes hopefully are. Unless they were taken from me. If they're taken from me, we're screwed. Because my feet are big. Whew. But we got a good sand walk. Got a little bit of back sweat. Walked on different terrain. Very nice day in Tokyo. Well, 46 minutes of walking on the beach. Whew. Tomorrow, do we run? If we run, we can go farther. But I don't like running on uneven terrain. So I might have to do it on the road, which, I mean, once in a while you'll see cool things. I hear laws can be strict. How has that experience been? Yes. I mean, I've never been arrested or, like, told off by the cops. My wife has. Like, we have a garage, or we had a garage. We still have a garage. It's a different house. And I was in the middle of a woodworking project. So I parked my car sideways in front of my garage. So it's partly on, like, my property, partly on the road. In the US, not a big deal. But we had left it there long enough, like, Japanese people had complained and called the police on us instead of just talking to us. It's also a little bit passive aggressive. So, like, I would just prefer if you come and tell me, hey, you can't do that with your car. But I guess if you want to just call the cops on me, that's cool. Anyway, the cops showed up. I wasn't home. So they started yelling at my wife about it. She didn't really understand initially. Couldn't navigate the language barrier. They're making her pull the car in. She's not as experienced with parking in Japan. It's very tight and challenging. They were, like, hitting the car, freaking her out while she was in it trying to park it. Like, very high intensity. And it's just because you're a foreigner in a different space. We don't have the same power. You know, so, like, I don't do drugs or have any, like, there's nothing I do that's blatantly illegal or on the boundary of legal. I mean, that might be a little bit of an exaggeration. Nobody's perfect. Like, I learned from a friend, you can't cross a railroad track without stopping first on a car. I've definitely gotten away with that until I learned that I shouldn't do it. Bike parking's another one I try to be careful with. But if I screw up and my crap gets locked up, like, I don't know how to fix those situations. So I think that's one of the challenges is, like, you feel way too, like, you're out way too deep sometimes. Sorry, hiccup. I'm like, oh, everything's not perfectly written. We taught ourselves how to drive in Japan. All the line colors are different. We never took a class. It's a wonder we didn't kill anybody. Oh my gosh, hiccups. Am I talking too much? See, this sand feels nice. So it's like all those little experiences. But, like, if you're not staying out till 2 in the morning getting slammed on alcohol and being rowdy and then trying to, like, buy reefer or something, which is illegal, you're fine. If you're just out here raising kids, they're not going to bother with you because they also have to speak across the language barrier. But if you're doing things that aren't normative, like you're going to get called on it. I think that's the tricky part, because you don't want people in your life calling out how wrong you are if you bag your groceries the wrong way or so. So there's just moments where like you feel the difference, which isn't bad. It's just part of living in another context. But friends, I think this will be the end of the live. We'll go through the tunnel, and I'm gonna go feed my kids breakfast, and we'll see. Maybe I'll take you for another walk again tomorrow. I'll take you up the stairs. All right. Tabletop Nerd Josh, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate the questions. It makes life fun. All right, let me find the magic button. Where is it? Magic button. This is always awkward. Bye.